MGM Grand Las Vegas, and here at the Pac-12 between these two, we have the 8th-seeded Parker Burrell here in the booth with Ben Paris and Ben Stanford. They're going to be a hard team to beat, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, obviously an incredible team. They come in as in the AP poll as well. So that's a team that's under Sharman Smith. So things are looking good for the Golden Bears, but it's going to be a tough task today against the Stanford Cardinal, and they didn't play particularly close the two times they saw each other during the regular season.
Yeah, it was a tough go of things the first two times they met, but however, everything can change once Mark saw Cal play yesterday. Cal team, and they were just beyond the arc the entire Cal team, and they were just beyond the arc the entire game. That's where they won it.
We didn't even talk about Michelle Onya, 11-9 yesterday. Marta Suarez added 6-10. They kind of showed their depth yesterday. Not something I don't know if either of us kind of knew going in, but their starting 5 rotation is really solid, and that's why they have some Pac-12 honorable mentions on their roster. But the Stanford team is going to be solid. It's going to be their toughest game of the season, and Coach Smith said it yesterday. It's March. We need something magical to happen if we're going to get a win here today. And we talked yesterday, they're on the outside looking in. A win here today could get Cal into the tournament, but that is a tall, tall task.
Yes, we will see who will advance into the next round. Either Stanford or Cal will advance to the semifinals to play Oregon State. As lineups and national anthems come out, we're going to take a quick break here from Las Vegas. We'll be right back here on Blaze Radio.
For a fun way to fill your Sunday. And if that's the case, be sure to check out the Scholastic Sports Report, live on Blaze Radio every Sunday at 11 a.m., where we take a closer look at some of the Valley's youngest and greatest talent. Be sure to tune in every Sunday from 11 to 11:30, and if you want to nominate your coach or player to be on the show, be sure to reach out at Scholastic Sports Report on Instagram.
Are you looking for a new perspective on West Coast sports? Well, I'm here to help you. I'm Jordan Pillett, host of the Specific Sports Show exclusively on BlazeRadioOnline.com. This show is specifically about Pacific Coast sports, including the NBA, NFL, NCAA football and basketball, baseball, and more. Tune in every Friday from 11:30 to noon on BlazeRadioOnline.com to start your Friday afternoon and weekend off right.
Hello friends, is golf your groove? Then boy do we have a show for you. Join Peter Bishop, Ian Lonergan, and Owen Castle every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. on The Bag Room for your fix of golf's latest news and a little bit of fun.
Listen in on BlazeRadioOnline.com, and if you miss a show, feel free to catch up.
Each week on the show, you'll hear a great collection of tunes from the J-Fu Theme of the Week. The songs will get you moving, grooving, and maybe even singing along, and it's a great way to kickstart your Sunday fun day. So make sure you tune in every Sunday morning from 10 to 11 to the J-Fu Show, right here on Blaze Radio, streaming exclusively at BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Jacob Jones. Jacob Jones.
It's a little hot out here. Let's cool off. Oh, let's go.
Splash. Splash.
Music and venture into some of its more obscure sides. We'll hear the sounds of Senegalese disco, the dream pop of Japan, and so much more. Join me on The Voyage on Sundays at 2 p.m. only on Blaze Radio.
Welcome to the land of Faerun, the magical world behind Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Anyanfak McDaniels, and I'm your dutiful guide, bringing you the lore and legends of Faerun every single week. So unload your equipment.
We welcome you back here in Sin City, right inside MGM Grand Garden Arena. Parker Burrell here in the booth with Ben Paris. Starting lineups just announced for Cal. 000 Michelle Onya, the senior forward. Then running the point, the graduate, number 1 Leilani McIntosh, who had one of her best games in her career against Wazoo last night. And then running the forward, the junior, number 7 Marta Suarez. Kayla Williams, number 24, the senior guard. And then Iona Cremili, number 32, the graduate transfer. from the San Francisco, staying in the Bay Area. And now, speaking of staying in the Bay Area, let's talk about the Stanford Cardinal starting lineup. Sophomore guard Talana Lopolo, number 20 junior guard Ailana Bosgana, number 22 Cameron Brink, number 33 Hannah Jump, and number 44 Kiki Iriathan. Stanford dressed in all white with black piping, and then the Cal Golden Bears contrasting them with their dark blue and gold tracings. Ben, we have quite the game for us between these two rivalries, running into each other in the hardwood here in this tournament yet again. Whenever these two teams play here in Pac-12, in the Pac-12 tournament, it's been 9-0 Stanford. Cal has yet to beat Stanford in the history of the Pac-12 tournament. We'll see how these two square up. Cameron Brink on the right. Michelle call for a redrum.
Oh, they called a jump
by Brink. Stanford will start out with the ball.
She won't lose that twice.
She will not. Controlled by Lopolo. Gives it over to Bosgana. And then hands it on off to Iriathan, who goes over the free throw line to Lopolo. Feeds it down to Brink in the low post. Puts it up off the front of the rim. Rebound fought for and won by Gramili, taking it down the near side. Surveys the floor, feeds on up to McIntosh, who was hot from 3 last night. We'll see if she'll continue to do so. Staying at the right wing, surveying the floor. Feeds it down low to Onyo. Spin around, top of the restricted area. Shot goes off the back bumper. Rebounded by Brink. Feeds it up to Lopolo. Will go down the near side, then angle left. Over to Bosgana, left wing. To Brink at the free throw line. Jumper scuffs the back of the 10. Rebounded down low by Michaela Williams. She'll take it near side. Looks over to her left, then moves over to the right wing to Gramili at the top, holding the horns and the number 1 with her hand. Looks to get a screen to her right and does. Stops at the right elbow, but then continues on down delayed. Floater off the backboard. Rebounded by Onya, and her shot misses. Corralled by Stanford. Gives it over to Lopolo, then back to Bosgana, driving down the near side. Lopolo controls it at the left wing. Over to Brink at the free throw line. Then a skip past to Bosgana in the corner. Her shot scuffs the 10. Rebounded left block and taken up by Williams. McIntosh controls, trying to slow it down. Still scoreless, 8:33 left in the first quarter. Now controlled by Suarez. Driving inside, gets down the right block. Shot backboards in for 2. As Cal has an early 2-0 lead over Stanford. The first bucket of the night. Pass inside to Brink in the paint. Shot toilet bowls out after petering around. And a whistle stops the play on the rebound. Onya appears to be the guilty party for Cal as both her and Brink were on the floor. As right now, Charmin Smith clearly frustrated with the call, talking to the ref, saying there's a lot of physical contact on both sides as she's gesturing to both sides of the court. As Brink will actually shoot 2, thought it was on the floor, but Brink will instead shoot 2. She heads to the line. Cameron Brink, 88.2% from the charity stripe. First one is up and clanks off the top of the rim, much to the joy of the Cal band.
These are 2 of the more enthusiastic bands in the Pac-12, Parker, and it's let's see a little battle here later in the game.
As Brink's next shot rolls on in. 2-1 lead for Cal as McIntosh gets the inbound for the Golden Bears. Down the near side, hands it on off. Michaela Williams then gets it at the point. Drives inside, pump fakes. Then a lob pass to Onya in the restricted area, who lays it up and in. 4-1 lead for Cal. Lopolo will now take the ball right down Main Street. Then over to Bosgana, then back to Lopolo in the near corner. Feeds it over to Iriathan, hands it off to Lopolo, left wing. Stanford trailing by 1, right wing 3 from Brink, clanks off the top of the rim. Rebounded by Williams, and she'll take it on forward. Goes into the forecourt, gives it over to Suarez, right wing. Works the perimeter, McIntosh then gets it right wing. Bounce pass inside to Onya, working at the left block. Drives inside, working on the taller Brink, and gets the and 1 basket on the scoop lay-in. Onya screaming, and the Cal fans, bench, and team loves it.
That was a winning play, Parker. She put down the shoulder, bumped into Brink, kept it all legal, and was able to draw the foul as well. That is what a winning play looks like against one of the best players, if not the best player in the country. Probably the best forward in the country.
The best forward. Very high regarded in collegiate basketball. One of the top prospects in the upcoming WNBA draft. 30 left in the first quarter. Inbounded Feeds it on down low. For strings. 7-3, the first field goal made by Stanford. Inbounded to McIntosh, and the Bears will push the other way. Hands it off to Gramili, a three of her own. Clanks off the side of the rim. Ricochets on out, rebound, fought for and won by McIntosh. Back up top to Gramili, she'll control it, drive inside, works her way to the right block. Bounce pass intercepted, and Stanford moves the other way. Controlled by Basgana, who stops the right wing, pulls the reins on the offense, and back up top it goes to Lopolo. Barks out orders, over to Iriofton, left elbow. Back up top to Lopolo, drives inside, initially denied, but works her way in and lays it up and in. 7-5 Cal. Stanford on a little bit of a run of their own, cutting the lead as Suarez skips it on over to the left wing. Back up top to Williams. Suarez gets it, working the perimeter as McIntosh gets it right wing. Back up top, Gramili drives to her left, then moves on back to the free throw line. Skip past to Suarez, high arcing three, bumps the back bumper. Rebound collected by Lopolo, takes it down the far side, then angles near side. Over to the near corner, now to Iriofton inside, who gets it to go. 7-7. Both teams now knotted up. McIntosh down the near side, slowing things down. Doesn't like the fast pace that Stanford's trying to put them on. McIntosh slowed things up at the right wing. Looks to feed it inside and does to Eileen. Then back up top to Williams, her three. Clanks on around, rebounded by Lane inside. Her putback won't go, but then rebounded down low, out of bounds. They'll say it was last touched by the Cardinals, and the Bears will have possession.
Honestly, I don't hate Cal taking all of these threes because, one, you're out in front now tied against Stanford, but they've made more three-pointers in program history this season than any prior season, so that's a spot that they're confident from.
256 threes from this Golden Bears team. Inbounded and a bounce pass. Kicks off a Stanford player, so we'll redo things. Golden Bears back at the drawing board. Knotted up at 7, 5:30 left in the first quarter. McIntosh to survey the floor. Inbounds to a wide open Williams under the basket, who puts it in. 9-7 Cal. Yet to lose control of the lead. Inside, down the left lane, stops the left block and backboards it in. Knotted up at 9 apiece. Down the near side goes McIntosh, gesturing with her hand, then to Williams, then back to McIntosh. Stutter steps, works her way, tightly contested in the man-to-man. Over to Suarez, who works her way down to the right block, bounce pass back up top to McIntosh. 10 seconds to shoot. Calls for a screen to her left, and that's the way she goes, stopping at the free throw line. Then a high arcing jumper rolls off the rim, rebounded, and Lane's put back is no good, but a foul is whistled. So the Bears will head to the line as Stanford having problems with the physicality that the Bears have shown.
And what's interesting so far is that a big reason why Cal has been able to hang with Stanford so far is they're kind of killing them in the rebound category. It's 9-3 early as we hit the first media timeout, but this Stanford team has the best rebounding margin in the entire country, the best rebounding team in the Pac-12, of course, but if Cal's going to be able to do this on the boards, especially with Cameron Brink not in the basketball game, only played 3 of those first 5 minutes, and after she got called for that foul and that play with Onya, she's been on the bench. If Cal can keep capitalizing on this, they're going to be able to hang around in this game. The thing is, we haven't seen a run from either team yet, and you're going to have to respond, okay, if Stanford goes on a run, how's Cal going to be able to respond? And same thing is if they go on a run and inevitably gets ended, how are they going to be able to stay in this basketball game?
Yeah, as we are in this timeout, we are going to take a timeout as well, as Stanford struggling to find some answers as Cal's giving them all they can handle early here in the first quarter, but we'll be right back here on Blaze Radio.
Of course, every Friday night at 8:30 p.m. MST.
That's Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, and all the latest Philly news and culture.
We're bringing Philly to the desert.
Home to the greatest show on dirt, Omaha, Nebraska is the ultimate destination for every college baseball team. Join Jaden Taylor, Blake Neiman, and Scott Sanduli, along with special guests, as we take you every step of the way to the College World Series. From the Power 5 powerhouses.
For the third time in the modern era, it is my joy and honor to say the Beavers are the national champions.
To the Group of 5 Cinderellas.
Coastal Carolina rules the
wish they win the championship.
We'll give our insight on the latest happenings in D1 college baseball. So make sure to listen in to Road to Omaha every Sunday night from 8 to 9 p.m.
Hello, sports fans. With football season behind us, I'm sure you guys are looking for a fun way to fill your Sunday. And if that's the case, be sure to check out the Scholastic Sports Report, live on Blaze Radio every Sunday at 11 a.m., where we take a closer look at some of the Valley's youngest and greatest talent. Be sure to tune in every Sunday from 11 to 11:30, and if you want to nominate your coach or player to be on the show, be sure to reach out at Scholastic Sports Report on Instagram.
Are you looking for a new perspective on West Coast sports? Well, I'm here to help you. I'm Jordan Pillett, host of the Specific Sports Show exclusively on BlazeRadioOnline.com. This show is specifically about Pacific Coast sports, including the NBA, NFL, NCAA football and basketball, baseball, and more. Tune in every Friday from 11:30 to noon on BlazeRadioOnline.com to start your Friday afternoon and weekend off right.
Hello, friends. Is golf your groove? Then boy, do we have a show for you. Join Peter Bishop, Ian Lonergan, and Owen Castle every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. on the Bag Room for your fix of golf's latest news and a little bit of fun.
Listen in on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Welcome back to Vegas, where the cards have been dealt, and one of the cards we have is the Cardinal, who is right now struggling against the Golden Bears, knotted up at 9. The number 1 seed and the number 8 seed having problems. Now at the line to shoot tune is Isla Lane, the graduate forward center hybrid. The 6'4" transfer out of UC Santa Barbara. Misses the first one, has another one to shoot. 4:37 left in the first quarter. Second shot echoes on out, so she goes 0 for 2 for the line at her first trip today. Rebounded by Stanford. They take it on up the middle. Vizgana takes it herself, fakes the handoff, then drives on down the short corner. Is trapped, feeds it on back to Iriafen. Works her way down to the low post, back up top to Lopolo for a 3, and that one's in. 12-9. Stanford leads. 4:10 left in the first quarter. McIntosh down the near side, gesturing with her hand, deciphering orders to her team, moving the pieces around. Stops at the right wing. One-on-one action between her and Lopolo. Overhead pass, skip pass over the left wing to Lane. Works it down to the corner to Williams. Williams drives inside, then back up top to Suarez. Inside, shot clock busting. Shot is in. 12-11.
They're going to take a look at that the next break. I don't know if she actually got that shot off in time.
We will see as Jump gets the ball. Hands it off to Dimitri at the right elbow, then back off to Vizgana. Inside jumper, clanks off the rim. Rebounded, fought for, and a foul whistled on the contested rebound between both Cal and Stanford. Vizgana will head to the bench, and she will be replaced by Courtney Ogden, the freshman forward. Not often you see freshmen on the Stanford team, usually a veteran-led team, but this Stanford team, that's one of the unique factors about them.
Don't tell Cameron Brink that. She's been playing around. She's seen a lot of things at Stanford. Part of the reason why she's decided not to use that grad year next year.
Well, Cameron Brink typically is the exception to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Suarez's shot ricochets off the rim, rebounded by the Cardinal. Lopolo takes it down the near side. Jump gets it. Bounce pass to Iriafen in the short corner. Then skip passes it around. Ogden now gets it near corner. Her 3 rings around. Toilet bowls out. McIntosh gets it down the near side. Go the Golden Bears. Surveys the floor. Hop, step, drive inside. Carves to the cup and slices the net for 2. 12-13. 13-12. Cal claims the lead with 2:32 left in the first quarter. A stoppage of play after a dead ball foul. And Cal will get the inbound. McIntosh slowly trots down the court, talking with her team as she does so. Strategizing how to attack this Cardinal defense that has proved to be one of the best defenses in all of the NCAA. Driving inside and working as Martin. Back up top to Suarez. Wide open three and bullseye for the Golden Bears. 16-12, a crisp shot for Cal as Stanford trying to answer their own. Over to Lopolo in the near corner. Skip pass over to the far corner. Now inside to Iriafen. Loses the ball. It's poked free. McIntosh will take it right down the strip. Stops at the free throw line. Gives it over to Suarez down to the left lane. Left-handed layup rings out. Was so close to falling in, but a gravity-defying drop the other way. And Stanford trying to pile on some points as they trail by 4. Ogden near corner scuffs the back of the tin. Ball rolls around and will go out on the sideline after a couple of Bears and Cardinal were fighting over it at the free throw line. Cal will control it after the referee's decision, and McIntosh will get the inbound. Cal leads by 4 with 1:20 left in the first quarter, stopping at the right wing. Overhead pass inside is Cloud Longarita. Claudia Longarita back up top to Suarez. Jabstep drives inside, gets in the restricted area, and back out to Ogden. Ogden controls it back inside to Iriafen in the near short corner. Jump shot goes off the side of the rim and bounces off the side of the rim again, and then controlled by Cal on the rebound. Creamily hands it off to McIntosh. And McIntosh, the main ball handler, the graduate student, drives inside, works her way for the floater at the free throw line, dribbles around the rim and out, and the rebound is not corralled by anyone, will go out on the baseline, and the Cardinal will get the possession arrow favoring them.
Huge quarter for Suarez already with 33 seconds to go. Already up to 9 points, only had 6 the entire game against Washington State. Obviously a player that saw some big-time action in the SEC, and she's brought it over to Cal ever since.
The Tennessee transfer will now head to the bench and catch her breath with 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Ball thrown inside to Ogden with 2 Bears around her. Shot blocked and corralled by Cal right inside the restricted area. 15 seconds left in the first quarter. McIntosh pulling the reins on the offense. 9 seconds left to shoot at the right wing. To Creamily at the point. Spot up shot. Dribbles around the rim and out. 3 seconds left. Rebounded and Agara takes it. And a pass over to Iriafen does not beat the buzzer. That will be the end of the first quarter. Cal leads Stanford 18-12. And Ben, what are you seeing that is leading to Cal's success here in this first quarter?
The thing is, I think they have a belief, and that's the dangerous thing against playing Stanford. We talked about it yesterday. Everyone in this conference always brings their best when they're playing Stanford, USC, UCLA, the top 3 teams in this tournament. And the thing is with Cal is if they believe they can do it, they're only going to get better. We saw some missed layups. We saw some missed high percentage shots. Now they have the confidence, hey, we're hanging with Stanford. As the game goes on, I think we're going to see those fall. And that's one of the worst first quarters that Stanford's playing. They only scored 10 points in the first quarter against Oregon State back in January, 12 first quarter points here today. So they held Stanford low. I mean, we talk about Stanford, a team that is 27-1 when scoring over 70 points. If Cal is able to keep them below 70, which so far so good, the defense has been great and they've made the shots when they've had to. I mean, they're not shooting the ball lights out, but right now,
we'll be right back from Las Vegas here on Blaze Sports Radio.
Talking about free samples.
Coming this spring, the show of a generation.
Get up, Rock. Get up so you can watch Friday Night Lights Camera Action on Fridays at 8 p.m.
Witness the drama. Are you crying? There's no crying in Friday Night Lights Camera Action.
The pageantry. There ain't gonna be a next time, Jackie. Maybe someday we'll all tune into Friday Night Lights Camera Action.
The emotion.
I can't do nothing else but listen to Friday Night Lights Camera Action.
Starring Parker Perel
and Ethan Neal.
Friday Night Lights Camera Action, only on Blaze Radio.
So go out there and take it.
Is what I wanted. It's what I've been waiting for these cars to come off of this corner. And guys, it's showtime. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing today, boys.
Are you a racing fan or want to learn more about the sport? Join Cooper Burns, Henry Dominy, and Eric List every Thursday afternoon.
Also been wondering where your nondescript dubs.
Oh, They did. They reversed the shot.
That's what I thought.
Welcome back here to Las Vegas. Here for some second quarter action between the Cal Golden Bears and the Stanford Cardinal. Cal leads 16-12, and if you were with us in the first quarter, that would have been 18-12, but in the break they reversed a buzzer-beating shot clock shot, which they ruled was not in time, so 2 points erased for the Bears. But they still lead 16-12. They get the inbound. Creamelise passes it inside to Onya. Her shot is tipped and then corralled by Brink. Feeds it on up, and then the Cardinal will control it inside to Irioffen, down the right block, past the other block to Brink, then it feeds it on back out. Ariel's shot echoes off the side of the rim, rebounded by Brink, then back outside to Ariel. Controlled by the Cardinal, trailing by 4 here at the start of the second quarter. Brink gets it at the free throw line, works her way to the right, shot is interrupted and fouled, and falls down to the ground. They will call the foul on number 24, Michaela Williams, the senior guard. The first personal and first team foul of the second quarter, as Brink will shoot 2 for the second time today.
And I'm interested to see what Brink will bring out here in the second quarter. She watched the final 7 minutes of the first from the bench, and she's a big talker out there. And she's the vocal leader of this team, so it's someone that they want to have out there.
Brink, the 88.2% free throw shooter, gets the first one in. Second shot up, and three toilet bowls out. Spun her side over to Lily, falls down in a dramatic fashion at the logo as Brink gets a foul called on her. Her second personal foul, as that might be a concern going forward, especially if you get that third one here with 8:45. Up a three is in the bottom of the barrel. Kimmery Martin makes this a 19-13 lead for the Golden Bears. Boscana trying her best to cut some of this lead for the Cardinal as she tosses it on down to Irioffen and back on out to Boscana. Chalks up a three of her own off the rim. Rebounded, and Cal pushes the other way. Creamelise down the far side, surveys the floor, drives inside. They will call a player control foul on Creamelise, who is frustrated with the call. And just like that, Stanford will get the ball, as they will not call the foul on Creamelise. It will instead be on Longarita.
It's another off-ball charge. I think that's the fourth one that me and you have seen during games that we've called, but as far as Stanford goes, the last few possessions, we kind of just seen them chuck up kind of desperation shots that just haven't fallen. They're only 1 for 8 from behind the arc.
Brink for three, scuffs the back of the 10, rebounded, fought for, and Irioffen will get fouled. They will call on number 32, Iona Creamelise.
And yeah, as Brink takes another one, I don't think three-pointers are the answers right now for Cal. I really don't. Down by 6, you don't need those right now.
Yeah, at this point in the game, 2s are where it matters, especially in this Pac-12 tournament. Both teams not shooting the best from 3. Cal 2 for 7. Shot off the inbound, goes in for Stanford. Now only trails by 4. Cal trying to extend their lead. Leading by 4, was as high as 8 at one point. Creamelise at the point, feeds it on down to the free throw line, loses the ball, ball's free. Irioffen controls it inside the paint. Lopolo then gets it right down Main Street. She drives, then over the right wing, back to Lopolo at the circle. Feeds it on right wing to Ariel, then back up top to Lopolo. Working the perimeter to Brink inside at the right block. Her shot echoes off the backboard, rebound, fought for, and rolls out of the baseline. And Cal will get the possession arrow their way. Down at the baseline, inbounded to McIntosh, the graduate who had quite the game against Washington State. 5 threes and 19 points. One of the highlights. Bounce pass to Longarita, over to Suarez, left elbow shot, bumps off the side of the rim, rebounded and pushed up to Lopolo for the Cardinal. Over to Ariel at the near corner, circles back over to the point to Brink, right wing, looks over the floor, then back to Ariel at the point. Looks to drive inside, but then retreats. To Irioffen at the free throw line, to Ariel, short corner. Her shot dribbles around, rebound, poke free, and Brink goes filing into the sideline. A couple of cameras pushed out of the way, but Lopolo corrals it, and that is a new shot clock. 20 seconds left. Lopolo at the point, feeds on down to Brink, right elbow, works inside of the mid-post shot, poked, and goes up in the air. No call. McIntosh near side. Cal winning by 4 and make that 6. Tally up 2 for the Bears. Inside, a lay-in from McIntosh gets them past the 20-point mark. Inside is Irioffen at the right block. Skip pass over the near corner. Brink for 3 from the left wing. Bumps the top of the rim.
It's not
rebound and fought for by Irioffen, and an and one basket, just what the doctor ordered for the Cardinal offense, which has looked sickly so far.
They needed that. They really needed some points there as Cal was really rolling with the momentum, but the three.
Come off of this corner, and guys, it's showtime. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing today, boys.
Are you a racing fan or want to learn more about the sport? Join Cooper Burns, Henry Dominy, and Eric List every Thursday afternoon from 2 to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Blaze Radio as they discuss all things NASCAR, F1, dirt racing, and more on Fuel for Thought.
Hey man, did you bring the...
No, but I brought the...
Oh, well we can use the...
Hey, has anyone seen my...
Guys, what happened to the...
Have you also been wondering where your nondescript dubstep noises keep disappearing to? Our team at Hot FM will treat your music with the love and care that you deserve. We service all kinds of electronic music, including but not limited to house, jumblecore, breakbeat, hardcore, dubstep, rhythm, grime, drum. Stop by every Friday at noon for the freshest beats and the hardest hitters, only on Blaze Radio.
That sound will be here before we know it when the NCAA men's basketball season comes to a close at the Final Four right here in the Valley. What better way to get you ready than by listening to Heat Check, Blaze Radio's premier destination for college basketball. Tune in to Riley, Scott, Calvin, and Ryan each Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
If you're a tennis fan and want to take a little break from your day, I'm serving up a show for you. This is your host, Pratham Balluri, bringing you Match Point, your weekly tennis content. I'll cover ongoing tournaments, have monthly guest discussions, analyze players, and replay the previous week's biggest moments. Be sure to tune into Match Point every Tuesday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Broadcasting live on Blaze Radio, this is News of the World.
We are an international news show that highlights and breaks down all the big events happening around the globe. We go beyond the headlines and map out the bigger picture of world news.
On at 7 p.m. every Saturday, only on Blaze Radio.
Hi, we're Liv and Maddie. And this is Out of Tune, our specialty show on Blaze Radio. If you like to listen to music, we like to talk about it. Every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Tune in!
We were just a couple of posers with guitars. They were always out of tune.
What is a Pathfinder? The United States Army Pathfinders infiltrate denied areas to set up parachute drop zones for follow-on forces. The Pathfinder podcast is a platform to uncover the thoughts and methods military veterans have applied to become Pathfinders in their own right. Here at Arizona State University's The Blaze Radio, I uncover how these veterans chose their paths with all the trials and successes along the way. I'm your host, Salty the Sun Devil, and this is the Pathfinder Podcast.
Do you like Philadelphia sports?
Do you think Sua Opeta is a starting caliber right guard?
Does the name Nate Gary bring up bad memories?
Is the Philly Fanatic the best mascot in sports?
Then you should tune in to Philly Out West on Blaze Radio, the show about all things Philly sports based in Phoenix.
Your hosts, Jack Hartsonis and Charlie Limoncelli, cover all the details of Philadelphia sports every Friday night at 8:30 p.m. MST.
That's Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, and all the latest Philly news and culture.
We're bringing Philly to the desert.
Home to the greatest show on dirt, Omaha, Nebraska is the ultimate destination for every college baseball team. Join Jaden Taylor, Blake Neiman, and Scott Sanduli, along with special guests, as we take you every step of the way to the College World Series. From the Power 5 powerhouses.
For the third time in the modern era, it is my joy and honor to say the Beavers are the national champions.
To the Group of 5 Cinderellas.
Coastal Carolina rules the roost. They win the championship.
We'll give our insight on the latest happenings in D1 college baseball. So make sure to listen in to Road to Omaha every Sunday night from 8 to 9 p.m.
Hello, sports fans. With football season behind us, I'm sure you guys are looking for a fun way to fill your Sunday. And if that's the case, be sure to check out the Scholastic Sports Report, live on Blaze Radio every Sunday at 11 a.m., where we take a closer look at some of the Valley's youngest and greatest talent. Be sure to tune in every Sunday from 11 to 11:30, and if you want to nominate your coach or player to be on the show, be sure to reach out at Scholastic Sports Report on Instagram.
Are you looking for a new perspective on West Coast sports? Well, I'm here to help you. I'm Jordan Pillett, host of the Specific Sports Show exclusively on BlazeRadioOnline.com. This show is specifically about Pacific Coast sports, including the NBA, NFL, NCAA football and basketball, baseball, and more. Tune in every Friday from 11:30 to noon on BlazeRadioOnline.com to start your Friday afternoon and weekend off right.
Hello friends, is golf your groove? Then boy do we have a show for you. Join Peter Bishop, Ian Lonergan, and Owen Castle every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. on The Bag Room for your fix of golf's latest news and a little bit of fun.
Listen in on BlazeRadioOnline.com, and if you miss a show, feel free to catch up on our Spotify on our channel, The Bag Room.
What's up, everyone? It's Jack Footer, aka J Foo, and host of The J Foo Show. Each week on the show, you'll hear a great collection of tunes from the J Foo Theme of the Week. The songs will get you moving, grooving, and maybe even singing along, and it's a great way to kickstart your Sunday fun day. So make sure you tune in every Sunday morning from 10 to 11 to the J Foo Show, right here on Blaze Radio, streaming exclusively at BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Jacob Jones.
It's a little hot out here. Let's cool off. Oh, let's go.
Splash. Ben Yates.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad I got you to stop speaking for a minute. That was awesome.
The Valley Variety, live
every Sunday at noon
on Blaze Radio.
Welcome to The Voyage. I'm your host, Pacey Smith Garcia. Join me as we travel the world in search of incredible music and venture into some of its more obscure sides. We'll hear the sounds of Senegalese disco, the dream pop of Japan, and so much more. Join me on The Voyage on Sundays at 2 p.m. only on Blaze Radio.
Welcome to the land of Faerun, the magical world behind Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Anyanfak McDaniels, and I'm your dutiful guide, bringing you the lore and legends of Faerun every single week. So unload your equipment and take a seat at the tavern, adventurers, for Traveler's Guide to Faerun, every Wednesday at 7 p.m., only on Blaze Radio.
If you'd like to cast your vote for Tribe Talk, tune in
Fridays at 2 p.m.
The host, Evan Reiser and Daniel Pike, discuss the weekly Survivor episode, season predictions, and the history of the game. Make sure to cast your vote.
News, predictions, rankings, interviews, and more.
The
Tune in to Trip Around the Bases with Cooper, Logan, and David.
And Bonds hits right high. It's a deep.
Tune in to Trip Around the Bases every Thursday at 1 p.m. live on Blaze Radio.
Hey, did you see that catch Evan Carter made in left field?
Who?
You know, Evan Carter, the minor league player that got called up by the Rangers? Or what about the up-and-coming Diamondback, Jordan Lawler?
Who?
Well, let me tell you, this is Minor League's major show where we talk about all things minor league baseball.
Up on Deck, every Friday at 3 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Who?
Tune in to Beyond the Cage on Thursday nights from 8:30 to 9 p.m. every single week to hear the newest on the fastest growing sport in North America, lacrosse.
The fastest game on 2 feet is constantly changing with growth in the...
Rita creamily gets the handoff, retreats on back, jab steps to her right and continues to go that way. Short corner, a three from Longarita, and that is a bullseye shot from Longarita. 34-25, Cal leads, minute 5 left in the second quarter, as we have had action-packed possession after action-packed possession, and a bank shot from the right block is in there for Kiki Iriafen to cut Cal's lead to 7. McIntosh from the right wing, bounce pass inside to Cremili, then outside corner is in there from Longarita. The violins and the string music plays as Cal cannot be stopped from 3. We talked about it. It has been LRBs, long-ranged Bears, 36, 27, 32 seconds left in the second quarter. A foul whistled on Stanford. Not on Stanford, correction, it is on Cal. And so Kiki Iriafen will head to the line. That's not the first time that we've seen an off-ball foul from Cal, as you just have to be scratching your head as Cal has so much momentum going for them.
Yeah, and the Stanford's been in the bonus for a little while, so now when you foul it, it's a chance to shoot free throws, and everyone on Stanford up and down the roster, pretty solid free throw shooters.
Iriafen shot, rattles home, 36-28. Is Iriafen at the line to shoot one more. Averaging 18.5 points per game, but Iriafen already with 10, on pace to go past that as she misses the next shot. Cal controls the rebound after a scare. Shot clock goes dark with 25 seconds left to shoot. McIntosh slowly crosses the threshold, looks over the floor to her left, then her right. Pounding the ball with her right hand, moves over to the right, wants the last shot. Williams, then over to Cremili, working the perimeter inside. Over to Suarez, bumps inside as they will call an offensive foul on Cal, it appears. A charging foul as with 6.9 left in the second quarter. A delayed foul call. Looks like they were going to allow Cal to get away with that one, but it will be a charging call. And that's another charging violation on this Cal team as it's a full court press. Longarita and Williams pressing the Stanford offense. Inbounded, working inside. Who has the ball? It is Gianna Ariel, hands it off to jump a 3, and they will call a charging violation on Cal with 0.1 seconds left. Not a lot of time to formulate a play for Cal.
You actually can't get a shot off with less than 0.3, so they're going to inbound the ball and then immediately head to the locker room.
Longarita inbound on the sideline. Will they shoot? And McIntosh shot is not in time.
Oh!
It was actually quite close. 36-28, Cal leads the Stanford Cardinal, and we might have an upset brewing here in the mix here in the Sin City.
If you had Cal leading for 15 minutes of that first half on your bingo card, congratulations to you, because I certainly didn't. They have an 8-point lead as they head to the locker room, and they have played incredible defense so far. They've kept Stanford to 28 points, and for Cal, on defense, the magic number is 60, 14-0 when their opponents have less than 6.
Was held to 44 points in the first round, the fewest points allowed in a Pac-12 tournament game since 2011. It was the second largest tournament win margin of victory as Pac-12 champions last night, and we'll see if they can dethrone the regular season champions here in the second half of action. But here on Blaze Radio, we'll take a quick break. Signing off from the Sin City, we'll be right back for second half action here on Blaze Radio.
Welcome to the land of Faerun, the magical world behind Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Fac McDaniels, and I'm your dutiful guide, bringing you the lore and legends of Faerun every single week. So unload your equipment and take a seat at the tavern, adventurers, for Traveler's Guide to Faerun, every Wednesday at 7 p.m., only on Blaze Radio.
If you'd like to cast your vote for Tribe Talk, tune in
Fridays at 2 p.m.
The host, Evan Reiser and Daniel Pike, discuss the weekly Survivor episode, season predictions, and the history of the game.
Make sure to cast your vote.
News, predictions, rankings, interviews, and more.
Tune in to Trip Around the Bases with Cooper, Logan, and David.
Thursday at 1 p.m.
You know, Evan Carter, the minor league player that got called up by the Rangers? Or what about the up-and-coming Diamondback, Jordan Lawler?
Who?
Well, let me tell you, this is Minor League's major show where we talk about all things minor league baseball.
Up on Deck, every Friday at 3 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Who?
Tune in to Beyond the Cage on Thursday nights from 8:30 to 9 p.m. every single week to hear the newest on the fastest growing sport in North America, lacrosse.
The fastest game on 2 feet is constantly changing, with growth in the game each and every day. You don't want to miss out on the latest news about your new favorite sport.
Listen as Sam Goodman and Kevin Cardaz take you through the half hour of the best and brightest within the NCAA, PLL, NLL, and Olympic lacrosse.
What's poppin'? My name is Jasmine Kabiri, and I'm the host of Blaze Radio's show, Bop to K-Pop, a show featuring trending K-pop songs with prominent artists like BTS, rappers like Jessie, and pop rock bands like The Rose. K-pop includes so many subgenres of music, so whether you're a fan or not, this show can still be for you. Tune in to Bop to K-Pop on BlazeRadioOnline.com on Tuesdays at 2:30 p.m. My name is Jasmine, and I'll see you then.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bill Austin Radio Studio in downtown Phoenix, Blaze Radio presents Boxing vs. Everyone. I'm Edward Eamon, host of Boxing vs. Everyone. Tune in Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Blaze Radio at BlazeRadioOnline.com for the latest boxing analysis, news, updates, and more.
Lights, camera, action.
Whether you're a Broadway pro or a beginner,
join us for Broadway 101 every Monday at 12 p.m. to hear some musical hits.
Anthony Scarmack and Anna Ulp break down a new production every week with music from the stage and facts about the musical's origin and journey.
Find us on BlazeRadioOnline.com or our Instagram at Broadway 101 Radio to see what's happening in the wings for our next show.
Do you get made fun of for your grandpa music taste?
Do you shop vintage?
Have you ever been called an old soul?
Or maybe you just want some new artists to listen to.
If so, check out our show.
It's called Can You Dig It?
The show where we talk old and new artists alike and the relationship between them.
Tune in from 4:30 to 5 every Thursday on Blaze Radio at BlazeRadioOnline.com, where we ask the question, Can you dig it?
Have you ever wondered about the meaning behind a song or album? Do you want to learn more about genres, movements, or figures in the world of music? If your answer is yes, then Culture Club is the show for you. From the new romantic movement of the 80s to indies music of the 2010s, we try to cover it all. Every Tuesday at 4 p.m., your hosts, Ayana Porter and I, Merlin Porter, highlight songs and artists while giving you all the cool background infos we can find. So come check out the show, Culture Club, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Diamond in the rough.
ASU's only baseball and golf sports show. Hosted by Ethan Briggs and Evan Reiser, every Monday at 3:30. We will talk about all news in golf, baseball, and life in general on Blaze Radio, blazeradioonline.com.
The rock is still alive every time I rhyme. Forever, ever, forever, ever, 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 ever.
To flop or not to flop, that is the question. Asked not by Shakespeare, but by me, Selma Krantz, the host of Flopstar here on Blaze Radio. The show is back and better than ever this semester. With an hour of yapping, you're sure to be in the know about all the bops and flops of the world. Tune in Wednesdays from 12:30 to 1:30 Arizona time on blazeradioonline.com to hear the latest and greatest of pop culture and news commentary.
Just a music show on Mondays from 11 to 12. A show about sampling, hosted by a city boy named Shane Saya. Talking up
lights, camera, action, only on Blaze Radio.
So come on for Thursday afternoon from 2 to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Blaze Radio as they discuss all things NASCAR, F1, dirt racing, and more on Fuel for Thought.
Hey man, did you bring the...
No, but I brought the...
Oh, well we can use the...
Hey, has anyone seen my...
Guys, what happened to the...
Have you also been wondering where your nondescript dubstep noises keep disappearing to? Our team at Hot FM will treat your music with the love and care that you deserve. We service all kinds of electronic music, including but not limited to house, junglecore, breakbeat, hardcore, dubstep, rhythm, grime, drum. Stop by every Friday at noon for the freshest beats and the hardest hitters, only on Blaze Radio.
That sound will be here before we know it when the NCAA men's basketball season comes to a close at the Final Four basketball. Tune in to Riley, Scott,
Double order!
If you're a tennis fan and want to take a little break from your day, I'm serving up a show for you. This is your host, Pratham Balluri, bringing you Match Point, your weekly tennis content. I'll cover ongoing tournaments, have monthly guest discussions, analyze players, and replay the previous week's biggest moments. Be sure to tune into Match Point every Tuesday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Broadcasting live on Blaze Radio, this is News of the World.
We are an international news show that highlights and breaks down all the big events happening around the globe. We go beyond the headlines and map out the bigger picture of world news.
On at 7 p.m. every Saturday, only on Blaze Radio.
Hi, we're Liv and Maddie, and this is Out of Tune, our specialty show on Blaze Radio. If you like to listen to music, we like to talk about it. Every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Tune in!
We were just a couple of posers with guitars. They were always out of tune.
What is a Pathfinder? The United States Army Pathfinders infiltrate denied areas to set up parachute drop zones for follow-on forces. The Pathfinder podcast is a platform to uncover the thoughts and methods military veterans have applied to become Pathfinders in their own right. Here at Arizona State University's The Blaze Radio, I uncover how these veterans chose their paths with all the trials and successes along the way.
Like Philadelphia sports?
Do you think Suo Opeta is a starting caliber right guard?
Does the name Nate Gary bring up bad memories?
Is the Philly Fanatic the best mascot? And all the details of Philadelphia sports every Friday night at 8:30. We're bringing Philly to the desert.
Home to the greatest show on dirt, Omaha, Nebraska is the ultimate destination for every college baseball team. Join Jaden Taylor, Blake Neiman, and Scott Sanduli along with special guests, as we take you every step of the way to the College World Series. From the Power 5 powerhouses,
for the third time in the modern era, it is my joy and honor to say the Beavers are the national championship.
We'll give our insight on the latest PM.
Hello, sports fans. With football season behind us, I'm sure you guys are looking for a fun way to fill your Sunday. And if that's the case,
and weekend off.
Hello, every Saturday from 30online.com. And if you miss a show, feel free to catch up on our Spotify on our channel, The Bag Room.
For the fourth time this season, Stanford trails at the break as we welcome you back into the 2024 Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament. It is Cal 36, Stanford 28 as we get ready for the second half. Ben Paris alongside Parker Porrell, and Parker, Cal definitely has some confidence. We saw it towards the end of that first half. They're making shots from everywhere. They've got it going from behind the arc, and now they have an 8-point lead over their fellow Pac-12 counterpart from the Bay.
Yeah, well, also future ACC counterparts, but in this game, for Cal's success, it's all been their LRBs, their long-range bears, because as we said tonight, it's been 5 for 12 from beyond the arc, and that's the way it was against Washington State, and they went on to dominate that performance. And obviously, Stanford, a veteran team, I'm not sure Stanford's going to take it like Washington State did. And the Stanford team, as we see Cameron Brink make her way onto the court, they're going to bring it their all in the second half, because Tara Vanderveer, she's going to bring it. She's a veteran head coach. She knows what she's doing more than anybody else in all of college basketball.
They're down by 8 as we get ready for second half action. Time for Cal, as it'll be California basketball moving from right to left to begin half number 2, an 8-point lead as they try to move on to the Pac-12 semifinal. As half number 2 underway here in Las Vegas, and handling the basketball is McIntosh and moves to the right wing. Now for Keemely, will move to the right side, and a step inside. The arc takes a shot, goes off the glass, and rebound goes to Iriafen. Stanford and Lopolo will take the basketball the other way. Lopolo moves to Iriafen, top the key, in, Brink at the low block, and her shot is denied as it's moved the other direction. Williams moves it to cream away as Bozgana. Drop pass for Iriafen, and one. As the Pac-12's most improved player in 2024 will open up the scoring in the second half, and has a free throw to try to make it a 5-point game and get a 3-point play.
Great job from Iriafen. Try to draw up 2 points, trailing by 6.
Iriafen is 76.3% from the line on the season. Cal still out, and is McIntosh. She had 4 points in the first half as Williams will take it straight away. Now a far pass. McIntosh right in front of her bench. 3-pointer is short, and the rebound to Bozgana, who will take it the other way and leaves for Iriafen as Lopolo will carry it across the timeline and move to the right wing. Now Bozgana, the 3-pointer. And all of a sudden it is 36-34 as Stanford opens the second half with 6 straight points. Iriafen now up to 13 points, 18.5 points per game. She is the third. It is Stanford. Despite that their record might not show it, probably have the talent to be able to do so.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to bank on your talent, but talent is a sure nice thing to have when you're in this tournament, because when it gets to these late moments, late times, you're going to have to rely on your players. And when you have Cameron Brink, who didn't play for the latter half of the first half, and now come in and look at the results, because even though she hasn't scored,
Las Vegas.
Musical hits.
Anthony Scarmack and Anna Ulp break down a new production every week with music from the stage and facts about the musical's origin and journey.
Find us on blazeradioonline.com or our Instagram at Broadway101Radio to see what's happening in the wings for our next show.
Do you get made fun of for your grandpa music taste?
Do you shop vintage?
Have you ever been called an old soul?
Or maybe you just want some new artists to listen to.
If so, check out our show.
It's called Can You Dig It? Radio at Blaze Radio on
behind a song or album for you. from the new romantic movement of the 80s.
Stanford has narrowed Cal's lead. It is 36-34 with 8:40 to go in the third quarter. Coming out of the timeout called by Cal, Stanford has opened the second half with 6 straight points. The latest, a 3-pointer from Elena Bozgana, the junior from Greece, back inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Parker Porrell, Ben Paris here on Blaze Radio as Cal has the basketball. And
from Green Day, this game has definitely been no holiday. Trading blows. I feel like I'm in a boxing.
In the rebound category, they're out-rebounding the team with the best differential in all of the NCAA. They lead 26-22 in the rebound category. Cal over Stanford, and now Cal has the basketball, still up by 2 points. As the point guard, McIntosh, trying to find a pass inside the paint, gets it to Onya, gets a shot up over Brink, and the hook shot is just left short as Brink will grab the rebound, and Lopolo will take it back the other way. So Lopolo working the right side, and will move it to her right, inside for Brink. Fadeaway shot, bounces off the rim twice and can't fall as Suarez will grab the rebound. Now up to 6 in the game, 9.6 rebounds for Suarez as a bounce pass to Creamerly was too far out in front of her. Bozgana will get
all the momentum.
The other end, 3-pointer on the near sideline is good, and she has an answer.
2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Suarez.
As Brink working in the paint, try to get an underhand shot up. Went off the bottom of the rim, but she draws the foul and will head to the line. But Suarez, 6 points in the first round against Washington State with that 3-pointer, now 12 points here in the quarterfinal against Stanford, and her team leads 39-36 as Cameron Brink, 3 first-half fouls with her in some foul trouble, will head to the line, where she is 2 for 4 so far in the game.
Yeah, Cal's done a good job of keeping Brink in check. It's hard to keep a player like Brink, especially below the basket, as Brink has snagged 7 rebounds, but in the points column, Cal's done a good job of limiting her from the field. She's only shot 1 for 10.
As the Pac-12 Player of the Year gets the second one to bounce around and go through, so she tied for McIntosh to the free throw line. It was Langarita, and she takes a step back. Her shot is off the back of the arc, and the rebound to Stanford. Bozgana grabbed it, got it to Lopolo. Brink straight away, looking for an option, moves left, Hannah jump, left wing, moves in at the middle post. Now back out for Bozgana. Straight away, 15 to shoot for Stanford. Left elbow, Iriafen driving down the lane, and she draws a foul. Asher and Cal to the free throw line.
As a lot of this has been Cal's self-inflicted wounds. These fouls, they're coming up to catch up with Cal. That's what's put Stanford back in this one.
It's Iriafen's first one is good, has now made 4 free throws in the game.
With a chance for their first lead of the night.
And rattles around and misses, so we're tied at 39 with 6:50 to go in the third as McIntosh will call out her play and direct traffic from the right wing. As McIntosh moves left, Creamerly, left wing, 3-pointer is off the back iron. Offensive rebound controlled by Anya. As McIntosh straight away trying to swipe at the ball was Bozgana. Now around into the corner. This is Langarita, gonna drive down the baseline, bounce pass in for Onya, and it's good. As Onya now 7 points in the game. And it's 41-39 in Cal. Brink, 3-pointer, just a bit too far off to the left. Clanks out, Williams around, Cameron Brink grabs the rebound. As Lopolo, guarded by Langarita. Polo moves it to her left for Bozgana into the corner. Iriafen, and the long 2 is good. As Iriafen now up to 16 points in the contest, and we're tied again.
And Stanford's done a good job of spacing themselves around the perimeter. Led to that long 2 from Iriafen. Just drew them out from the perimeter. And then in the short corner right there was Iriafen with wide open lanes.
3-point try, wide open. Williams just a hair too far. And the rebound to Iriafen, who faced some pressure, got it to Lopolo, take it across the timeline. As a foul down low, Onya's the one to go down. She's in the matchup with Cameron Brink. And the foul going to go against Onya. Seems like she might have received the worst of that, as she was tied up with Cameron Brink.
She was initially holding her nose, might have gotten elbowed, but tough to tell as the athletic trainer will make her way out onto the floor to see Onya.
Onya still reaching towards that face. Has 7 points in this game, had 11 the first round against Washington State, almost a double-double, 11 points, 9 rebounds. It's the 4th best field goal percentage in the Pac-12. As she continues to receive some attention.
She's a pivotal part of this team, and Cal, they desperately need her out there on the floor, and she's just done a great job of keeping Brink in check. And sometimes when you're going up against that 6'4" frame, physicality.
So now there's definitely some blood coming out of that nose. She sits up now. They're going to grab a couple more towels. Still going to get whistled with the foul. She's going to be the 3rd Golden Bear.
Timeout on the floor.
Yeah, that's always a stinger when you get blood coming out of your nose and you're still getting that foul call. It's like, hey, I received some too.
As well as Onya will make her way towards the bench, and we're going to have to clean up the floor a little bit. The officials are going to go over to the monitor. Obviously with some type of head contact. If there's blood coming from her nose, there had to have been. So the officials are going to take a look.
And if they're reviewing for a foul, that would be Brink's 4th, if I'm not mistaken.
Fans, can we just make some noise right now?
Don't know if they
Look, we'll step aside. We'll have more when we come back.
Every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. on the Bag Room for your fix of golf's latest news and a little bit of fun. Listen in on BlazeRadioOnline.com, and if you miss a show, feel free to catch up on our Spotify on our channel, The Bag Room.
What's up, everyone? It's Jack Footer, aka J Foo, and host of The J Foo Show. Each week on the show, you'll hear a great collection of tunes from the J Foo Theme of the Week. The songs will get you moving, grooving, and maybe even singing along, and it's a great way to kickstart your Sunday fun day. So make sure you tune in every Sunday morning from 10 to 11 to the J Foo Show, right here on Blaze Radio, streaming exclusively at BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Jacob Jones.
It's a little hot out here. Let's cool off. Oh, let's go.
Splash. Ben Yates.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad I got you to stop speaking for a minute. That was awesome.
The Valley Variety, live
every Sunday at noon
on Blaze Radio.
Welcome to The Voyage. I'm your host, Pacey Smith-Garcia. Join me as we travel the world in search of incredible music and venture into some of its more obscure sides. We'll hear the sounds of Senegalese disco, the dream pop of Japan, and so much more. Join me on The Voyage on Sundays at 2 p.m. only on Blaze Radio.
Welcome to the land of Faerun, the magical world behind Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Anyanfak McDaniels, and I'm your dutiful guide, bringing you the lore.
Back in Las Vegas, 5:16 to go in the third. Cal and Stanford are tied at 41 after looking at the monitor. The foul on Onya is going to stand as a common foul, her 3rd, as she remains to seek some medical attention on the bench for that blood coming out of her nose. As the inbound comes to Brink at the free throw line. Now Hannah jump, long range 2. Just a bit too far off to the left, but the offensive board grabbed by Iriafen. And now Lapolo will get it back in the backcourt.
Iriafen snagging that rebound. That's why she's the most improved player. Ability to grab those boards.
Iriafen into the corner, now in for Brink. Iriafen gonna get it back in the paint, battling, will kick back out. Hannah jump, whips it over, Iriafen. Now Bagazgano moves it in for Brink with 1 to shoot, and she gets it home.
Cameron Brink.
Cameron Brink with time winding down, and Stanford has regained the lead. It's 43-41. It's Crimley. Now into the corner. McIntosh, near side corner three. Bounced once, offensive board is grabbed and cleaned up by Isla Lane. Lane did not score in the first round, is on the board with 4 in this one. As Iriofen to Brink. Brink whips it around, near side corner, Bosgana three. Is off the back of the iron, and the rebound to McIntosh. It's McIntosh down court quickly. Twydale, three-point try. Too far off to the left as we're seeing some three-point shots getting bricked. And the foul called on Langarita.
And Charmin Smith is visibly livid. Face becoming red, highlighted by her navy blue suit. Does not like the call whatsoever, saying that they're doing that on both sides. That it was a flop call.
And Langarita will have her 4th. So she's going to sit down with 4:01 left to go in the third, and Cameron Brink will get to shoot 2 free throws with Stanford now in the bonus. Brink 4 for 6 from the line in the game. And misses her first long. As we're now tied for the 6th time in the game. Brink's second is good, and Stanford now up 44-43. The lead has now changed for 4 times in the contest. McIntosh will work from straight away, looking towards her right, bounce pass, now into the far corner. 3 is just rattles out by Crimley. Offensive rebound is grabbed by Lane. Back out, McIntosh, corner 3. And it's not landing like it was in the first half. Cal was making those three-pointers. They had 6 of them. Have not made one here in the second half. Now they've only made 1 of their last 7 shots. As Dimitri gets it left wing for Stanford. Dimitri for Lopolo to the right wing for Hannah Jump, and the ball is stripped from her by McIntosh, and McIntosh is fouled by Jump after she lost the basketball.
That's not that. Typically, you never want to say that was a good foul, but good foul from Jump. McIntosh is going to have an easy coast-to-coast basket. When it's a 1-point game, you got a foul in that position.
And that is Jump's first foul. Stanford's first of the quarter as well. As McIntosh calls out the play, moves to her right for Suarez before coming to Twydale. Twydale will work from straight away. Bounce pass in, now back out for McIntosh. Suarez from the free throw line, dribble drive in, kick back out, 3-point try is good from Creamery Martin. As Martin found the answer and Cal finally has a 3-pointer, they retake the lead. It's 46-44. As Lopolo has it on the near sideline. Bounce pass in for Cameron Brink. Low post pass right in front of the Stanford bench for Bosgana. Her 3-point try is way off. Ball comes out of bounds. Will stay with Stanford. May have been last touched by Martin. As Iriofen will come back into the game as Hannah Jump will take a seat. So Stanford inbound. 2:33 to go in the third. Down by 2. Brink to inbound. Gets it to Iriofen. Now back out, Dimitri, her 3-point try is just off, and the rebound to Martin. So Martin made the 3-pointer on the last possession, moves it over for Suarez in front of the Cal bench. Suarez, right wing, finds Martin at the top of the key. Left wing, Twydale, now into the near side corner. 3-point try from McIntosh, and it's off. Brink will grab the rebound, and that's her 10th. 9 points, 10 rebounds for Cameron Brink. Now she has the basketball straight away. Moves it ahead for Iriofen. Going to try to work in the paint. Is Iriofen going to go down? A battle for the basketball. A jump ball going to be called, and arrow favors Stanford.
It's going back to that McIntosh throughout this.
Brink, and just like that, she has her 11 points, 10 rebounds here in the Pac-12 quarterfinal. Now our 7th time the game has been tied as Cal will make a change. tied at 46. McIntosh will walk it across the timeline. Gets a screen from Lane, not able to use it. McIntosh works it in towards Lane, guarded by Brink, and the pass back out towards McIntosh is a backcourt violation. Went over her head, went back to track it down. No one on Stanford ever tipped it. And as she regains possession, it's a backcourt violation in Stanford's basketball with 1:38 left to go in the third.
Typically, I would say never go for the backcourt violation, but when you have two Stanford players hounding you with not a bear in sight, McIntosh, she needed to pick that one up or it was an easy two.
Bozgana to inbound from the baseline, moves it to her left to the right wing for Lopolo, as Brink will work from the right wing. Takes a dribble in, back out Lopolo, will move towards the center of the court. Lopolo going to start her drive, a fadeaway shot, just spins out, and on the rebound, a foul is called, and it's going to be on Erie Offen. Her first. And Stanford's second of the third quarter. So tied at 46, Cal gets the basketball back.
And getting to a bonus area here late would be a problem for Stanford moving forward. Cal already got in the bonus today.
Martin gets a block from Suarez. Bounce pass in the paint, was looking for Lane, able to control it before it comes back out for Suarez. Suarez straight away, bounce pass to McIntosh on the right wing. Works it in for Lane. Lane, low post is denied by Cameron Brink. Her first block of the game.
Yeah, surprised to see it hit this late. Brink usually averages 3.75 blocks per game, and so far, that was her first one with an exclamation point with that.
Her 101st of the season, too shy of 400 from the career. Left elbow, shot from Erie Offen is true. And Stanford with the 48-46 lead. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. It's McIntosh whips it out. Suarez's three-point try is a bit too far, but the offensive rebound grabbed by Martin. Martin for Suarez, she wanted to do it again. Fakes a pass, gonna start her drive. As working with Brink, runs into Brink, and Brink not able to strip the basketball as Suarez tried to move it to somebody. It went off of Erie Offen, and a battle for the basketball will result in a jump ball, pointing Stanford's Cal's way with 6 to shoot.
Great job from the Bears. A lot of denied opportunities from Stanford, but they're staying in it. A lot of players get on the floor, moving around, filling in the gaps, but good job from Stanford as well, denying those opportunities.
McIntosh will inbound with 6 to shoot for Cal. And the third, gets it straight into Suarez, not able to finish the layup, and another jump ball on the rebound as Brink and Suarez both go down to the floor. This time the possession arrow favors Stanford, and as Brink is helped up, she's laughing. Stanford can have the final possession with 13 seconds to go in the third.
Returning for Stanford, number 33, Hannah Jump.
As Hannah Jump will check back into the game, as Bozgana will sit down.
This is a tough way to end the quarter for Cal. 0 points in the last 2:45. Would want to limit the bleeding here late in the third quarter.
So they're down by 2. It's the inbound for Lopolo. 7 as the clock winds down. Moves it to Hannah Jump, left wing. Jump three-point try. First a foul. And it is on Stanford's Dimitri for an illegal screen, as Dimitri will pick up her third. So now Cal has a chance to set up one more play with 4.4 to go. McIntosh across the time winding down. It's good if it goes, and it's just a bit short off the front of the rim. And that'll put a bow on the third quarter of play. It is Stanford 48, Cal 46 after 3 quarters of play. As the lead has changed 5 separate times in this basketball game, but as Parker Porrell said, Cal did not score in nearly the final 3 minutes of that quarter. Now a 2-point deficit. They bit ahead for so much of this game. They're going to be behind going to the fourth.
Yeah, they are. And Cal, they played just as probably as they drew it up right coming in before this one, but that Stanford team with their veteran offense, veteran defense, veteran coaching staff, it's hard to outcoach them for 4 quarters. We'll see if Cal can get on ahead in this rivalry game. Emotions will get high as these two teams square off in the second round, fighting for a semifinal appearance to go up against Oregon State next round.
We'll step aside right here on Blaze Radio. Fourth quarter action coming up from Vegas next.
the way to the College World Series. From the Power 5 powerhouses,
For the third time in the modern era, it is my joy and honor to say the Beavers are the national champions.
to the Group of 5 Cinderellas.
Coastal Carolina rules the roost. They win the championship.
We'll give our insight on the latest happenings in D1 college baseball. So make sure to listen in to Road to Omaha every Sunday night from 8 to 9 p.m.
Hello, sports fans. With football season behind us, I'm sure you guys are looking for a fun way to fill your Sunday. And if that's the case, be sure to check out the Scholastic Sports Report, live on Blaze Radio every Sunday at 11 a.m., where we take a closer look at some of the Valley's youngest and greatest talent. Be sure to tune in every Sunday from 11 to 11:30, and if you want to nominate your coach or player to be on the show, be sure to reach out at Scholastic Sports Report on Instagram.
Are you looking for a new perspective on West Coast sports? Well, I'm here to help you. I'm Jordan Pillett, host of the Specific Sports Show exclusively on BlazeRadioOnline.com. This show is specifically about Pacific Coast sports, including the NBA, NFL, NCAA football and basketball, baseball, and more. Tune in every Friday from 11:30 to noon on BlazeRadioOnline.com to start your Friday afternoon and weekend off right.
Hello, friends. Is golf your groove? Then boy, do we have a show for you. Join Peter Bishop, Ian Lonergan, and Owen Castle every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. on the Bag Room for your fix of golf's latest news and a little bit of fun.
Listen in on BlazeRadioOnline.com, and if you miss a show, feel free to catch up on our Spotify on our channel, The Bag Room.
What's up, everyone? It's Jack Footer, aka Jay Fu, and host of the Jay Fu Show. Each week on the show, you'll hear a great collection of tunes from the Jay Fu Theme of the Week.
It's 2-point lead for the Stanford Cardinal as we get ready for fourth quarter play. It's Stanford 48, Cal 46. Here in the quarterfinals of the 2024 Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament right here on Blaze Radio, as Cal will have the basketball coming in to begin the fourth quarter, and it's Leilani McIntosh handling the basketball, moves it to the right wing for Cal. Now in for Suarez before it comes back out for Creamily. It's Creamily trying to find an option, being forced to the outside. Ends up with Martine, jump shot from the free throw line. Just a bit too far, will bounce off to the left side, and Erie Offen grabs the rebound. As Erie Offen gets the basketball just a step behind the free throw line. Comes back out for Dimitri, moves for Hannah Jump. Jump, right side. This for Harrell. Now Erie Offen in the block. Harry Offen, 9 to shoot, takes a shot, bounces one, and the second time it's through the basket. Now a 4-point lead for Stanford. This their largest lead of the game. It's 50-46. It's Martine straight away, moves towards her left, guarded by Hannah Jump. Bounce pass in for Lane. Lane, overhead pass back out for McIntosh. Will work from the outside, moves for Creamily. Now to her right for Suarez. Suarez starts her drive. Quick stop, sidearm pass to Lane is high off the glass and too strong. Stanford will come back the other way. Harrell handling the basketball. Now Erie Offen. Back out for Dimitri, and another off-ball foul called. It's going to be a defensive one.
Fouls on Cal number 7.
And it's called on Suarez. It's her fourth. So now Langarita and Suarez both with 4 for Cal.
That's a tough one to have, as you were saying, Langarita and Suarez, 2 of your players that are having some of their best performances now with 4 fouls. As Langarita will come, you have 2 players with 4 fouls out on the floor.
Brink moves in, Erie Offen finishes, and it's a 52-46 lead for Stanford, as Erie Offen now has 20 points and 8 rebounds in the game. McIntosh directing traffic, gives it to Martine straight away. Martine calling out to her teammates as Suarez gets it at the free throw line, but first, a timeout called by Coach Sharman with 8:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Cal now facing their biggest deficit of the game, a 6-point lead for Stanford. It's Iriafen now with 22 points in the game. And Cal's gonna have to lay it all out on the line. 2 players out there with 4 fouls, Suarez and Langarita.
Yeah, well, Cal, they definitely have to feel like they've let it slip. They had a comfortable lead, and just like that, Stanford, to their credit, found right back in this one. So, since they slipped, they got to find their footing. This timeout right here, it's just calm their team down. We're down by 6. We've came back before throughout the year, and we haven't beat the Stanford team so far this year. We have a chance to move on, fight our way forward, and push their way to the semis for the first time since 2016.
It wasn't pretty the first 2 times these teams played this season. A 78-51 win and 84-49 win for Stanford. But Cal playing their best basketball of the year.
11 straight wins for Stanford over Cal. This rivalry has seen some better days between these two, but one thing's for certain, when it gets down to tournament time, it's bitter between these two.
Cal's playing their best basketball of the year when it matters. They're 18-13 overall. These 18 wins are the most under Coach Sharman Smith, who played for Coach Vanderveer over at Stanford back in the 90s, went to 3 Final Fours, won 3 Pac-10 championships as a member of Tara's team as a player. Now in charge of the program at Cal and bringing them to new heights. Potentially 8 minutes away from a trip to the Pac-12 semifinals. They'd have to overcome a 6-point deficit here in the 4th quarter.
This would be massive for a program. Sharman hasn't had a rough go of things, but definitely an up and down go of things for her Cal team. Already has her most wins in Pac-12 play with 8. And this would be a massive keystone win as they move on to the ACC next year.
How they got here, a 65-44 win over Washington State yesterday, where they were able to pull away late. We're really just battling hard. And it's going to take some guts to pull out a win over this Stanford team with 8 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the 4th. They're still winning that rebound category, though. It's 37-35 against the Stanford team that has the best rebounding margin in all of the NCAA, a plus 14.6. A big help from Cameron Brink with 11 rebounds here today. Kiki Iriafen has helped her out with 8. So 8:19 to go in the 4th, 52-46, Stanford.
And personally in this one, I expect this to be the Brink show. Finally back in the Pac-12 tournament, one last ride, but Iriafen proving me wrong.
Inbound to Creamily, a 3-point try straight away. Was too far to the left, and Cameron Brink now has rebound number 12 of the basketball game. Bozgana, right wing, moves to Brink at the free throw line. Back out, 3-point try is too far. Coming from the polo. And grabbing the rebound is Martine. It's Martine, brings it across the timeline. Creamily will take a 3 of her own. This one off the right side of the iron, and it bounces out into the hands of Iriafen. It's Lopolo. Right wing for Bozgana, moving in. Cameron Brink, shot may have been blocked as it went straight up, and she grabbed her own rebound and tries a second time. Too far off the glass as the ball comes out of bounds. Last touched by Iriafen. It's California basketball.
Good job from the Cal team getting in there, getting physical, trying to disrupt the lanes that Brink creates with their frame.
Suarez and Langarita both out there for Cal with 4 fouls to their name. It's Martine, gets it to Creamily. Bounce pass in for Suarez. Suarez back out for Creamily, left wing, will move towards the center of the court. Right side, Langarita. Now into the corner, McIntosh. Dribble drive, cross-court pass for Martine. Martine, 3-point try, left wing, too far off. Rebound was initially tipped by Langarita, but Stanford will end up with it. It's back the other way. Bozgana, right wing, moves for Brink, who is trailing. Brink, shot in the paint, is too high off the glass. Rebound to Iriafen, and she cleans it up for 2. 54-46. Stanford opening up their biggest lead of the game, now 8. It's Cal back the other way. Left wing, 3-pointer. Langarita just rattles out. Would have been huge. Cal needed it. Haven't made a 3-pointer in the second half. Lopolo will take it back the other way. Brink straight back out. Lopolo three-pointer right in front of her bench, and a timely three-pointer. Taylana Lopolo knocks down the three-pointer. Now a double-digit lead momentarily for Stanford as Leilani McIntosh finishes a layup on the other end. 57-48, just over 6 minutes to go in the fourth. Lopolo sized up by McIntosh. Lopolo looking for options, elects to move to the right wing. Polo moves in for Brink. Brink back to defender, spinning. Pass back out, three-point try is good from Bozgana.
As the Cardinal fans and band erupt, that back-to-back threes, as there's confusion on the floor between these two. The three appears to count.
May have been just a delay of game, tapping the ball back after the three. Nonetheless, 2 3-pointers in a row for Stanford. It's now a 60-48 lead. Cal has the basketball down by 12. Twydale, left wing, trying to find an option, and she gets one, and McIntosh pumps, moves, drives towards down the lane. And gets it to Langarita. McIntosh gets it, moves it on the far sideline, stepping in. Suarez's shot too far off the block, and Brink grabbed the rebound. Her pass is deflected by Suarez, who forces the turnover and gets the bucket. As Suarez narrows the deficit to 10 points with just over 5 to go, and a foul is drawn by Erie Offen as she received a pass in the paint. As Suarez will pick up her 5th, and she is done for the day. 14 points, 6 rebounds for her. The junior from Spain. A strong game here today against Stanford, but it has come to an end.
And Langarita has to be frustrated with that foul call. Feels like she wasn't in there, didn't warrant enough contact for the foul, but still frustrating. She'll have to sit the bench and watch this one courtside as her team trails by 10 with 5:18.
So the teams will get the brief timeout when a player fouls out. Coming into the game for Cal will be Michaela Williams. 8 points yesterday for Williams against Washington State. Spent 3 seasons at Gonzaga before transferring to Cal this season. And now finds herself in the quarterfinals against Stanford. Just over 5 minutes to go, her team down by 10. Brink gets the inbound, cuts towards the basket, and Cameron Brink is automatic. The Pac-12 Player of the Year, now with 13 points. It's right wing, McIntosh for Creamley on the left wing. Creamley moves it towards the center of the court. Now Twydale, right in front of the bench is McIntosh. A three-point, tries off the front of the rim. Rebound comes right to the hands of Langarita, moves it back out for McIntosh. Bunny hop, not able to convert, as Erie Offen will get another rebound. Lopolo for Hannah jump, straight inside to Brink, lost control of the basketball, the long reach from her, able to recontrol it for a moment before it's stripped away by Creamley. On the other end, the runner is too short off the front of the rim as Erie Offen strips a rebound away from her teammate, and Cameron Brink is all alone for the layup. 66-50 as Stanford starting to run away with this one. It's Creamley, cross-court pass, another three-point try from Cal. This one off the mark as well, and three-pointers have not been the answer as Stanford has made 5 shots in a row to enjoy this 14-point lead. Erie Offen straight back out. Lopolo three-point try in front of her bench is good. Her 3rd 3 of the game, and now she's into double figures with 12.
Oh, how it turns around. Stanford finally hitting their threes. Both teams with 7 triples. Didn't start that way for Stanford, but then all of a sudden this 4th quarter, we're at a shooting range. Both teams from beyond the arc firing it in, and Stanford, 4th quarter, it's been their show.
Now 4 out of the 5 Stanford starters into double figures. Meanwhile, Hannah Jump's not on the score sheet. 0 for 2 from the field tonight, has played 34 minutes. But Lopolo has 12, Bozgano with 16, Brink with 15, and Erie Offen with 24. And it's a 67-50 lead Stanford has taken control of this fourth quarter where they have outscored Cal 19-4. They're on a 7-0 run over the last minute and 14 seconds. 4 minutes to go here in Las Vegas.
Part of it has to be Cal in these scoring droughts. We've seen it a lot, 0 for 4 in the last couple of shots. And Cal, they ought to get back in this game. It all starts with getting in those field goals.
It's the Williams inbound to McIntosh. 4 minutes to go in the quarterfinal. As Williams whips around a pass to Twydale in front of her bench, will dribble in, back out. Williams will take a three-pointer, tried to follow her rebound. She's able to, gets it back to the free throw line, takes the steps in, and converts the mid-range jumper. As Williams now officially on the score sheet in this one. Back the other way comes Stanford as Harrell moves back out for Hannah Jump. Jump for Harrell. Harrell now, Bosgana, jump left wing. Now Brink right in front of the Stanford bench. As Brink takes a step in, gives to Iriofen. Iriofen shot is blocked, but it's a foul. As Williams said, what did I do? Her hands are out.
Isla Lane has to be frustrated. It feels like she got the ball, but just right. Just ref ruled apparently not. A little movement in the hand, and whenever they hear that audible slap, they're going to call that most of the time.
And now Mia Mastrov will check into the game for the first time today for Cal as Iriofen heads back to the free throw line and makes her first. Now 25 points in the game, her 5th made free throw of the contest. A nice double-double for her, 25 points, 14 rebounds. And her 2nd free throw good as well, so now up to 26 points, has shot 10 for 13 from the field. Kiki Iriofen, a reason why she's the Pac-12's most improved player. As a long three-pointer from Creamily, clanks off the iron and will come out of bounds as Stanford gets the basketball back. Let's talk Kiki Iriofen as her team is up by 17. Has added 11.8 points per game since last season. It's the 4th best in the NCAA. She has 10.9 rebounds a game this season. That is 7.1 more than last season. That is the best improvement in the NCAA.
Yeah, if they had a Pac-12 if they had not just for Pac-12 most improved, if they have an NCAA most improved player, it would be Kiki Iriofen all day long.
Almost.
She has been just electric on both sides of the ball. We talk about her offensive production, nightmare down low.
Almost night and day from her sophomore to her junior seasons. It's now the 3rd best scorer in the pack. As Cameron Brink will get whistled for the off-ball foul. It's her 4th. It comes with just under 3 minutes to go as Cal gets the basketball back, 69-52. They hung around for 3/4 of this one, but Stanford has pulled away in the 4th as the long 2-point shot from Williams is off the front of the rim. Harrell grabs the rebound for Stanford. As Harrell gives for Bosgana, in for Brink, straight back out for Harrell, and Cal's able to force a rebound as the other way, or turnover rather, as Williams will take it the other way, walk the baseline, whip back out for Creamily as battling in. Now a one-handed pass back out, top the key. McIntosh's three-pointer is good. McIntosh started by missing her first 6 threes of the game, makes that one, has 9 points, and it's a 69-55 game. As Cameron Brink moves back out, three-pointer, Bosgana off the iron, offensive rebound grabbed by Iriofen, and Stanford will take a timeout with 2:10 to go, up 69-55. Iriofen, 17 rebounds in the basketball game. Had 20 rebounds, her season high against Arizona State. 17.
They have no love lost between these two, as we said. Divorce capital of the world. But these two teams, they're going to be married for a long time as they move into the ACC. Trying to ride out Pac-12 play between these two and this one. And it's lived up to the hype. Even though Stanford more leads the, we'll just say, leads the meetings between these two by quite a lot. 102nd meeting between these two. Stanford leads 80-21.
It's a lot of winning.
Has dominated this series so far, much like any Pac-12 series when it comes to Stanford.
Do you remember the 2012 Pac-12 final they played in?
That was definitely the highlight between these two.
Yeah. Stanford pulling away, winning that 2012 Pac-12 championship. They've won the tournament 15 times. They'll try to make it a Sweet 16 in the final Pac-12 tournament in 2024 as they have the basketball with 1:52 to go. As the inbound comes in for Janiyah Harrell. As Harrell moves the basketball to her right for Bazgana. Bazgana right wing, now top of the key for Clardy. Now Cameron Brink, left elbow, moves it back out. Wide open three-point try from Clardy. Just a bit too far off the iron. Another offensive rebound grabbed by Erie Offen as Stanford will reset. Clardy again, right in front of her bench, moves it to the top of the key for Bazgana. Now Brink standing at the free throw line, moves it to her right. Bazgana, three-point try. As Erie Offen is up to now 18 offensive rebounds as McIntosh will pick up her first personal of the game. As Dimitri will come back into the game, Cameron Brink will take a seat for probably the final time today. Stanford will play in the semifinal tomorrow. And Brink will finish the game with 15 points, 14 rebounds. It's Clardy handling the basketball. 1:10 to go, moves it down low for Erie Offen. Clardy can get it back, move down the lane. Her shot goes off the back inside of the iron, and the rebound comes to Cal, and Williams moves the basketball and slow things down. That's Clardy for Harrell. Harrell, great feed, and a left elbow shot from Erie Offen is good. And Erie Offen now 28 points, 18 rebounds.
And even more shockingly, that 11 for 14 from the field. She is so efficient. Usually when you see these players with 28 points, you're just like, they've been dominating from the field, but not so when it comes to Erie Offen.
Creamily able to add a layup in the closing seconds of this one as Stanford will bring it back the other direction. Creamily will finish 5 points, shooting 2 for 13 from the field as the coaches will come to midcourt. They enjoyed so much time together in the Pac-12. Tara Vanderveer and Charmin Smith, coach and former players, shake hands as the teams exchange some hugs. Stanford will move on in the Pac-12 tournament like they have so many times before. Final score is 71-57, and Kiki Erie Offen leads all players in points, rebounds, assists, 28, 18, and 5. For the junior, Pac-12's most improved player. What a game for her and her Cardinal.
What a game, and if I'm not mistaken, Stanford tomorrow they're gonna have a date at the scraps table with the Oregon State Beavers. These two here in Vegas, a duel in the desert.
It's the battle everybody has seen twice this season, but why not see it once more? It'll be Reagan Beers and Cameron Brink head to head in the paint. That should be exciting to see.
Yeah, what a performance Beers had against this Colorado team. Colorado gave them all they could handle, but it just proved why Oregon State and this Pac-12 team, Pac-12 conference overall loaded. And it speaks to a testament this California team was seen as a fringe team going into this tournament.
To be played here on Thursday in Las Vegas as the quarterfinals continue. The 7th seed Arizona will play the 2 seed USC. That's coming up after this one. We'll have the call, me and Ben Paris, Parker Porrell. And the final game of the evening, Utah and UCLA for a trip to the semifinals. As Stanford moves on, they will play Oregon State tomorrow, a 71-57 win for the Cardinals. We're gonna step aside for just a little bit here in Las Vegas as Parker and I catch our breaths and grab a bite to eat. As Stanford takes this one, moves on to Pac-12 semifinals. We'll catch you in a little bit right here on Blaze Radio.
Bye, city boy. Name Shane Saya. Talking about free samples.
Coming this spring, the show of a generation. Get up, Rock. Get up so you can watch Friday Night Lights Camera Action on Fridays at 8 p.m. Witness the drama. Are you crying? There's no crying